Okay, welcome back. That annoying beeping sound you're hearing is the sound of my kethane probe finishing off the mapping of the surface of the moon. I've got to get this caught up. I had the moon in Minmus mapped out completely on my old game before the 0.25 update, and so I had to start all over, so now I have to hurry up and get all my kethane mapped out so I can get back to doing some serious science on the moon in Minmus. Starting out with the moon, even though I already have a little bit of science from it, I definitely want to dig a bit deeper on it. I believe it has more anomalies than Minmus does as well. I definitely want to check those out. Now I'm trying to, on this playthrough, do as much research as I can right around Kerbin on the moons before I even start to go to some of the planets. Now here you can see my new lander design. Now that I've unlocked nuclear engines, I can get a lot more bang for my buck out of my fuel, and I can afford to tote around a lot more science gear. I also was able to incorporate the kethane drills and refinery setup onto the same lander too, so that way I can hop around as much as I want, getting as much science as possible, and just have to pop in onto a patch of kethane here and there in order to refuel along the way. That should speed things up considerably. So here we are, coming in to a nice big patch on the moon, pulling my solar panels in to protect them, get my orientation correct so I can hopefully not make any mistakes. Kind of overly cautious coming back down onto the moon. The gravity's quite a bit stronger than it is on Minmus, so I definitely want to make sure I don't knock one of these engines off or bust my landing gear on the way down. And here we are, making landfall. Nice little gentle touchdown. So immediately put the solar panels back out and start spamming for as much science as possible. I'm able to expend a Science Junior and a goo capsule on this. I have 3 other ones left, along with thermometers and stuff like that, so I should be able to grind out quite a bit of science. Okay, so now we're going to fire up the refinery and fill this sucker up so we can get to doing some science. On future models of this lander, I want to eventually have everything mapped out to action groups, and especially to have a separate action group that activates, or toggles, I should say, the solar panels, the refinery, converter and the kethane drills, all with the push of one button. That way I can just land, pop everything open, fill up, pop it closed, and take off again. So here after doing quite a bit of hopping around and grabbing the sides, I'm shooting for the south pole of the planet. This should give you an idea as to how much fuel this design uses between fill-ups. This is the equivalent of half a planet's or half a moon's worth of jump, I would say. Maybe 2/3, not quite half. I had to make sure that my liquid fuel and oxidizer converters were off. Here I am just trying to steer it over for a fairly safe landing in the flat part of this crater. This thing's remarkably easy to navigate. The handle's really steady. It has a soft feel to it, even on the moon, where the gravity's kind of less forgiving than Minmus. And here we are making a touchdown. It even does well on the side of a hill. It's that wide foot base on it that helps with that. And we grab a ton of science that we're gonna take back off to head back to the planet. Return everything that we've got. Back into the planet, bringing back quite a bit of science. Just going to use that to fill out the rest of our tech tree as far as we can. It's really getting close to completion. Once I get it opened up quite a bit, I'm going to start playing around with some ion drives, maybe send some drones out to check out some other planets. And here we come in. Splashed out. So, thanks for checking out the design for my new lander. Hopefully you'll be seeing some more of it in some different places in some future episodes. We're getting quite a bit of the tree filled out, which is good.